Hello everyone, yes, I am back with a brand new review, and first of all just want to explain the new format. Basically it's going to be me speaking into the camera more because I am working all the time now. I don't really get that much time to edit these videos properly, or edit them down and do all the effects and all that, so it just means you're going to have to put up with seeing more of me and my lovely face. Sorry about that. Anyway, today's going to be a fun one. We're going to be reviewing the brand new album by, well, Bring Me the Horizon. This thing here, Ammo, I believe it is pronounced. I've heard a few people call it Amor or something like that. No, it is Ammo. It is sung on one of the songs. He says he actually sings it. So let me explain my my relationship with Bring Me the Horizon's music. The first album theirs I heard was way back in 2012 in my old flat, I believe. Suicide Season, when they were still technically a well, no, not technically, they were a deathcore band. So, and yeah, it was alright. I mean, it was getting rave reviews and all that. For me personally, it didn't really blow the roof off or anything for me. I think I listened to it a few times. Didn't really grow on me, but you know, I thought, you know, I'll leave it as it is. We'll go from there. Then I believe Shadow Moses come out. Was it Shadow Moses? Yeah, I believe Shadow Moses come out, and I absolutely fell in love with that song. Then obviously the album released, Sempiternal. I had Sleepwalk as well. Had to grab the album. Really enjoyed the album. Then the next album come out. I do apologise if I've got these in the wrong order as well, which was There Is a Hell, Believe Me I've Seen It, There Is a Heaven, Let's Keep It a Secret. And from that opening track, Crucify Me, I knew that Bring Me the Horizon had changed their sound, and this was something I was really, really enjoying. And then obviously we come on to That's the Spirit, which was an absolutely superb album as well. But all throughout those albums you could tell the band were changing their sound, maturing in their own way, going in the own way they want to go, sort of going in the direction they want to go. That's the words I'm looking for. Just realised the light's sort of literally bouncing off my head. Anyway, what can you do? I'm bored. But yeah, now here's possibly a controversial statement for those of you who are old school Bring Me the Horizon fans, i.e. from This Is What the Edge of Your Seat Was Made For, which I have listened to. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. And the first album, whose name has completely escaped me right now. When it comes to Bring Me the Horizon, there's many bands in metal that I feel them having more of a commercial bent and maybe softening their sound has worked greatly for them. This is how I am with Bring Me the Horizon. Although their deathcore stuff was alright, it was never anything spectacular to me. It was only when they started building these sort of anthems with the metal elements and everything, and Ollie started singing more, that I really started to enjoy them. And over the years, Ollie's voice has really improved, and the band has gotten better at writing these massive anthems while still retaining the heaviness. Then we come to Ammo. So first of all, most of you have probably heard this already, and if you haven't heard it, you've heard many things said about it. So if you are an old school Bring Me the Horizon fan, you are gonna hate this thing. Oh good god, you are really going to hate every goddamn second of this album, because you were probably hoping they would go back to getting heavier and deathcore. No, not in the slightest. I mean, this album puts me in a weird position because obviously I primarily am a metalhead, and I do primarily review metal and rock music. Every now and again I've done a Radiohead album or something like that, just to break up the monotony, show that obviously there are other bands that I think you should check out. This is basically technically pop, but in a good way. How can I get this? I mean, there are moments of heaviness on here, don't get me wrong. There's a couple of songs, I mean the first two singles, Mantra, or Mantra if you want to pronounce it that way, and Wonderful Life with Danny Filth. We'll get onto that song in a bit. They had the heavy guitars, but their latest single I believe is Medicine. If you didn't like Medicine, you are not going to like 99% of this album. I'm going to warn you now. So, first of all, we're about 5-6 minutes into the video, but anyway, first of all, the production on this thing is incredible. I mean, this is probably the best sounding Bring the Horizon album they've ever released. I mean, this has had a lot of money thrown at it. Good God, I mean, it's clear as all fuck. And yeah, I mean, the other thing I want to bring up is performances from the band themselves. Absolutely brilliant for what they're doing. Ollie's voice is the best I've ever heard it. But yeah, music-wise, I mean, they said some fairly contentious things. You know, the usual thing that people come out with: "Oh, rock is dead," blah blah blah. Rock isn't dead. I mean, for one, Hailstorm's out there, Pretty Reckless. AC/DC is still technically going. Still got Def Leppard, etc. still going. So, you know, rock isn't dead, guys. But they said the future of music seems to be, well, the exciting stuff, seems to be in hip-hop and some of the pop music. Now, personally, I wouldn't really agree with that. There's a lot of very exciting metal that has come out. It's just in last year alone, in fact. And this could very well be the year. We may possibly, potentially, if we wish hard enough, get a new Tool album. I'm not holding my breath. But yeah, they said this, and you can hear that was probably the clue that was the direction they were kind of going on. Now, this isn't a hip-hop record, don't worry about that. They haven't gone like full-on hip-hop, but it is very, very poppy album. So it kicks off with "I Apologise If You Feel Something." Now, this would set off alarm bells for a lot of people, this track, because this is a touch of Radiohead moodiness to it. I was going to say Coldplay, but the difference between this track and Coldplay is I actually like this track. I can't fucking stand Coldplay. So we've got to go with the Radiohead comparison. It's a very sort of moody piece with Ollie's sort of barely sung vocals over it, and sort of sets it, and then we get into Mantra. Now, I've listened to this whole album without listening to the singles, so I've listened to it one time, and yeah, we'll get on to my final opinion on it later. Then you get on to Mantra. You guys have heard it, everyone's heard it by now, who wants to hear it. If you like it, fantastic. I quite like it. Although not too sure on the random robotic woman voice going Mantra. That seemed a little bit out of place, but maybe it'll grow on me. Then we come into Nihilist Blues, featuring Grimes, I think it is. I've no idea who that is. Being a metal fan, and you know, being the age I am, i.e. 36, even though I look about 50, I don't really know the underground scene or the pop scene or anything. I haven't got a bleeding clue, mainly because I choose to ignore it for the sake of my sanity, really. But yeah, this is a very good song. Again, this is the first sign that this is a pop album, or a very commercial album. I mean, calling it a pop album, possibly a bit too harsh, because they haven't gone like full on Katy Perry or something on that. Then you get In the Dark. Then you get Wonderful Life featuring Danny Filth. Now, I'll spend a little bit of time on this track, because although the track does have some guitars, and this is one of the two heavy songs on the album, the other heavy song being Mantra. Yeah, there's only two heavy songs on it, just so you know. I was really hoping that for what was a single that could have charted, I don't know if it did or anything, they would allow Danny Filth to do his actual vocals. And although he does his lower vocals on the song, he never quite, it seems to be allowed to go full Cradle of Filth for any of his lyrics. And I feel like it's a missed opportunity. I'll just imagine the millions of pop fans who might pick this up thinking like they've heard Medicine or whatever and gone, oh, actually that's quite good, yeah, I'll give them a go, and then had Danny Filth screaming at them down the half a track or something. Bit of a missed opportunity, but on the plus side, it does now mean people will be wondering who the hell is this Danny Filth fella, and maybe check him out and maybe find out how awesome Cradle of Filth are. Then we come to Ouch, which how can I put Ouch? Ouch for me sounded very much like Drux era, I think that's how you pronounce it, Drux era Aphex Twin. Take that for what you will. Then we come to the current single Medicine. Again, as I said, if you don't like that song, you are not going to like this album at all. Then Sugar, Honey, Ice and Tea, i.e. shit, basically. It's weird that they've named it that, considering that only a few albums ago This is the band who were quite happy to call a song "Fuck," with the beginning lyric "Let's fuck." So, what can you say? Another really good song, really quite catchy and everything else. And yeah, you got Mother Tongue on here as well. A few other songs after that. The Trot's whole album is only 13 tracks long. I say only. And it's just under an hour long, which is a good length for it, to be honest with you. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, we then come to the song Heavy Metal. Now this is a message to probably those old school fans and those expecting metal. This isn't a heavy track, not until the last 5 seconds, but how you'll take this track depends on your view of things, because the lyrics of the chorus are this kid on Gram who used to be a fan says I don't like it, it's not heavy metal, or something like that as part of the chorus. Now you can see that as maybe kind of Ollie saying to the people who listen to this without an open mind that, come on guys, we haven't been full on heavy metal for a while. And it's true, they haven't. Even on Temple Eternal, despite the screen vocals on that, they still had some sort of dance beats and stuff in the background, so you could see the direction they were headed. So yeah, take that album, that song, as you will, because you'll either like it and appreciate the lyrics, or you'll think, oh hang on, is Ollie Sykes having a go at us? I don't think he's having a go at metal fans at all. Obviously they have helped Bring Me the Horizon get to where they are, and allowed them to get to this point where the record label's gone, you know what, do what you like, it's selling records. So there we go. And then we end on I Don't Know Where to Begin, which is a very sort of softish, quiet song to end on. So Ammo then puts me in a difficult position because it is more of a poppy record than it is a metal or rock album. So technically it is kind of, is it I'll Bring Me the Horizon in my remit anymore to review? Well, yes they are. Obviously they've got Dane Filth on the album, so you know, kind of I've got to check that out. It's kind of part of the law. But yeah, now as many reviewers probably says, your mileage with this will vary, but this does present a very interesting turning point for Bring Me the Horizon that won't be answered until the next album. Will they ever return to being metal, or will they continue with the sound they have created on this album? Only time will tell. Will this album stand up well over the years? Again, only time will tell. But what I will say is that even though I really cannot stand pop music in the goddamn slightest, Bring Me the Horizon have made an absolutely fantastic pop album. How can I tell you it's really fantastic? Well, it's not really bloody like this. And I can already feel the hatred in the comments from all the metal, like, it's not the metals fans and all the people who are like, oh for God's sake, come on, it's not metal, it's not rock, what have they done, they've thrown away their career. No, they haven't thrown away their career. They wanted to go this way, they've been showing hints of it over the last few albums, especially That's the Spirit. We should have seen it coming, and they have made just a fantastic album, whether it's pop or rock or whatever. I mean, for me to like a pop album that, you know, isn't from the 1980s or something, or early 90s, is unheard of these days, because a lot of it is real crap. Also, another thing, no auto-tune. Well, not massively visible auto-tune, if there is any, which is a massive, massive plus for me, because I fucking hate hearing that robotic auto-tune voice on everything. There's a lot of vocal effects, don't get me wrong, but now it seems to be properly, you know that auto-tune thing that a lot of rappers do, especially I think it's is it Future? Future uses it all the time. It gets really, really dull hearing it, and everyone sounds the goddamn same. But the other question I'm going to ask, well, first of all, I'll give you my rating for this album. If you have an open mind, give it a listen. You may very well love it, like I do. Will I continue loving it over multiple listens? Only time will tell, but there's some good anthemic type songs on here. And you know, I applaud Bring Me the Horizon's how can I put it, balls, basically, to just, I just applaud their balls. No, I applaud their ability to just go, you know what, we appreciate what you've done for us as metal fans, we appreciate what metal has done for us, we don't feel we can write in that style anymore, we're just going to go and write a pop album. And they've just gone and done it, with ignoring all the criticism, etc., that may have come their way, and goddamn, they have pulled it off. They have pulled off a really good goddamn album. It's not a metal album, but they weren't setting out to make a metal album. And yeah, that is a little booklet if you're wondering. I'll show you quickly. Yeah, that's the album cover. And yeah, it's a little bit annoying, the album cover design, to be honest with you, but anyway. So all in all, my score 4.5 out of 5. Doesn't get 5 because I have to wonder if, after touring this album for a while, what the next album's going to sound like. If they continue along the roots of this, keeping the heavy elements while bringing a lot more pop into it, or whether they go back to the metal. Either way, they are becoming better and better songwriters, no matter what genre they decide to jump into next. But the question I'm going to leave you with, if you are someone who's watching my video, I've just realised I've not really been looking at the camera, but if you're someone who's watching this video review, and you are someone who maybe wasn't at Bring the Horizon but is very much a pop fan and thought, I'll check out a couple of reviews, can I just ask, why is it, over the last 19 years at the very least, why has it taken a metal band to make a good pop album? Now, some of you will argue with me, but seriously, why has it taken a band who were predominantly metal for most of their career so far to make a fantastic pop album? I'll leave that to you guys to discuss in the comment section, although I imagine most of you may very well just be telling me that I am some bald twat who doesn't know what he's talking about. So, pretty much what I get walking down the street in Southend. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I do apologise it's taken me so long to get a review video out. As I said, new format should mean I can get these out a bit quicker without having to edit everything to extreme degrees, because I just haven't got the time anymore with my job. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for sticking with me, and I'll see you next time.